Hi. Okay, here I am, the northern terminus of the Bibbulmun track. Apparently they've just literally in the last few weeks updated this whole area, you know what I mean, kind of made it really nice. It used to just be a sign before, so here I go anyway. Woo! On the Bibbulmun track from the north, carrying 8 days of food. So my pack's really heavy. Okay, hasta luego. G'day. Day 2 of Kalamunda to Dwellingup, and I'm not going to speak much, so that's probably good news. Just because I can't really charge my phone up between here for 200 kilometers. So I do have a battery pack and I have a solar one in the back, but to be honest, that solar pack is not going to provide me too much, I don't think. Yeah, so day 1 last night I stayed at Hewitt's campsite, and I have to admit I had my tent up in the shelter, but it was really cold. I had my down jacket on in bed, and yeah, I mean it's going to be really warm today, but yeah, I was pretty cold, so it's good to be. I'm a little bit late leaving today, a bit lazy. I could have got up much earlier, but it's just my first morning on the track, so I only walked 12 kilometers yesterday, although I got lost and ended up doing about 18, but it's another story. So yeah, so I'm not sure how far I'm going to go today. Got quite a few options. It's kind of going to be 21k day or 31, and really I should be pushing for 31 because I only have enough food for 8 days, 7 nights food, so you know, that's 30k, 210 kilometer divided by 7 that's 30 kilometer days. So yeah, I'm going to be behind, and then I'm going to end up running out of food because there's just nowhere to get any food en route. Anyway, I'll maybe come back and do a little video tonight. Okay, adios. Guten Tag, guten Morgen, hello. Day 3 of the Bibbulmun. This is where I stayed last night. Amazing views. Helena shelter or campsite. This is my pack. It just looks like it probably looks really big, and actually it really is big. My solar on the top, that's I'm not convinced it's actually working, but anyway, it actually feels a lot lighter today because it's going to go, isn't it? Because I ate like half a block of cheese last night. So anyway, today it's really late. I'm so lazy, honestly. It's terrible. It's quarter past 10. I didn't actually get up till 9, so you know, hour and a quarter to break camp as well. That in itself is a crime, but yeah. Oh man, I'll get into it though. It's really great. I love it, but I'm just lazy. I just really struggle in the morning to get going, but I'm going to bed really early, just getting into the routine really of going to bed early. So there we go. Well, this is the end of the video for now. I'll probably catch up tomorrow. Okay, adios. Hey, hi. Welcome back to the Bibbulmun track. It's day 4. I'm at Balingup campsite. Before I talk about what I'm going to do today and how far I'm going to get and my plans, I just thought, well, I've still got the name of the reptile in my head, I should mention something that happened yesterday. So at some point I ended up on a parallel track to the actual Bibbulmun track, and I was only about 100 meters away from the Bibbulmun, so and the kind of terrain here is a bit like this, so it's quite easy to cut across, you know, and where there's no tracks, like bush bashing or. So anyway, I did this, and just going along, and I saw my first bit of wildlife, a wallaby, just on that little 100-meter stretch, and then I was walking along, and I almost stepped on what I thought was a huge snake's head, and this thing was like under my foot, basically. Its head was as big as my shoe, and I absolutely freaked out, and it kind of moved slowly, and I kind of scuttered off, and I kind of crept back, so I wanted to take a photo of it, but I didn't want to get too close, and I couldn't really see it under the foliage. It was really well camouflaged, but I was like freaking out a bit, thinking, oh my god, I don't know how big the snakes get here, but it certainly looked like a snake from where I could see. Anyway, so I arrived at this campsite last night, and a guy here, I described to him, and he said it's probably a bobtail Guyana, a bobtail Guyana. So if you look up that, a bobtail Guyana, actually from the top it does look like a snake, but it's more, I don't know, like a meter long, maybe less than that. It's much shorter and much fatter than a snake, and it's it's got legs and stuff. So, but honestly, from the top looking down, it looks like a snake. So, and apparently, I mean, they would probably bite you, but they're not dangerous or anything. So yeah, that was a bit of a crazy incident. But anyway, today, so I've kind of figured that it's not really going to be possible for me to get to Dwellingup. So my original plan was 9 days at a push from Perth to Dwellingup. But the heat, I mean, yesterday was 27 degrees. It's unrealistic to do 30, 40 kilometres a day. The terrain's quite rough as well. I mean, the actual track's good condition, but it's a lot of up and down, and I'm just not fit enough as well to do that. I haven't got my trail legs. Been sitting on my backside for 3 months really. So yeah, there is a cut-out point. We crossed the Albany Highway around the 100-kilometre mark, so I'm gonna hitch back to Perth basically from there, because I'm gonna run out of food way before. I mean, this is the main issue, is food. I'm carrying a whole load already, and it's very heavy. 8 days worth of food's very heavy. However, I've got all the kind of usual dehydrated stuff, and but it's just really, it's unrealistic to do 212 kilometres with one food. I mean, people can do it, but I'm just not in the shape to do that. So yeah, and then I'll hitch back to Perth, have a night there, resupply, check my equipment, see if I need to buy anything else. Everything seems to be working all right. My Sea to Summit mattress, which is deflated on the ground there. My cheap tent is doing really well, and my new pack, the Osprey Kestrel, is just awesome. Some guy on the first night suggested that it was a little high, and because it's really pulling on my shoulders, and I'd lowered it a bit, and it fits like a glove now. So despite the crazy weight, it must have started out nearly 20 kgs, which is, I don't know, that's 40 pounds American plus. So it's obviously a bit light now, so I've been eating quite a lot. And I did buy a whole block of cheese, which is insane, but yeah, anyway, it is what it is. But it feels, even with the weight on now, it feels very comfortable, so I'm really pleased with that. Yeah, so today I'm going to climb Mount Dale and probably camp at the Mount Dale campsite, which is, I think it's just about 20 k's, so I can take it easy today and maybe have some time there to chill out when I get there. So, but Berwick campsite's absolutely beautiful. I mean, there's a valley right down there, and yeah, the sunset, we're facing directly west, and the sunset was really cool, and the stars were out last night, and the Southern Cross, which is always of some comfort to me, you know, this, some of my favourite places in the world, New Zealand, here, Bali, they all, you know, you can see the Southern Cross in the sky, and I don't know, it's looking up at it, it's something, I don't know, I wouldn't go so far as to say I feel completely at home, but there's something homely about being under the Southern Cross, so it's always nice to see it up in the sky. So anyway, okay, so we'll see how far we get today, and thank you for watching. Bye. Hi. Yeah, I just thought I'd do a little video. This is a kind of typical lunch that I have on the trail. I think you can see me. So I have like a wrap here. They're very nice. From Victoria State. This is a summer herb. So I have got salmon packets, but I'm saving them because I have this big block of cheese that I need to eat up because it's very hot. And oh, first Vegemite. So I'm gonna. It's really hard being a TV chef. Kind of have a bit of more respect for Gordon Ramsay and co now. Jamie Oliver, that's what I meant. Gordon Ramsay just rants. Yeah, so I'm getting the Vegemite out of the packet. I think it's just about empty. So not much on there. So putting some cheese in. I'd love to be able to put in some lettuce and tomato and mayonnaise, but 4 days of walking, I don't have anything such luxury. So there you go to cheese. Desperate to eat a lot of this cheese up, so I'm just going mad here because it weighs so much. And now dried onions from the Indian section of a supermarket. So it's like cheese and onion, so I sprinkle them on. Adds a bit of bite, texture. And then you just roll, I don't know if you can see it, but just rolling it up like you do with a wrap. Tuck the end in, and there you go. Cheese, Vegemite, and dried onion wrap. G'day from the Bibbulmun trek. Okay, so I spent last night at Brookton campsite, and there was a family there. They were lovely. They gave me wine and whiskey and chicken. Insisted, so had a really nice night with them around a campfire, and very friendly, very incredibly friendly people here. Blown away really. So yeah, just coming up to Brookton Highway now. Not too significant for me, but if there's some kind of trash can or somewhere I can dump my rubbish, then I'll do that. But yeah, I've got 27k today, and luckily the family are up pretty early, so I got up early with them, and that means I'm not going to be rolling into camp just as it gets dark. So I'm going to put my foot down today and walk pretty quick. Just on a kind of, I don't know, not railway line now, but yeah, so heading to Munadoc's camp tonight, and then I'll probably decide then whether to hitch back to get more supplies, because the Albany Highway is then 10k, and so I haven't got enough food to get me through to Dwellingup, and yeah, we'll see what happens, but it's all good from the track. I keep saying trail, it's really, they call it a track in Oz. So yeah, so signing off from the Bib. Morning from the Bibbulmun track, day 6. Look at this review. Woo. Amazing. This is quite rare on the Bib, this section, to get any views, so this is kind of special. Okay people, so today walking to gotta find the track again. I think it's up here. Walking to Mount Cook campsite. Got a couple of big hills today. This I believe is the first one. I think I'm going to follow these rock cairns to the highest point. Yeah, this is the first one. So last night, what's happened the last couple of days? Pardon me, there's quite a big group last night. I camped. The loudest snoring woman on the planet, almost person, I'd go as far as saying. So I didn't sleep too much. Had a bit of a lie-in. But basically, I'm going to get to North Bannister, take the bus back to Perth to get some more food, resupply, because my headphones are broken. I've just lost like my backup lighter and just little things like that I need to get a warm sleeping bag as well, so just things like that. But it's convenient because I can walk there and take the bus straight to Perth, stay a night at the White J again, say hello to all my friends there, have a glass of wine, maybe perhaps, and then come back on the trail. Whether I go further south or not and jump ahead, I'm not sure, because I'm not doing this in one continuous flow. But we'll have to see. A lot depends on the weather, because it's meant to turn a bit in the next few days. I mean, it's glorious today, and up here it's actually quite cool. I mean, we're not exactly Himalayas here, but it's quite nice. So anyway, I'm gonna follow up there. You don't want to hear me puffing and panting. Sound like an Aussie then. Unless the trail goes over there, I'm just it's marked down there, so maybe I should try and get through. Anyway, okay, that is all. G'day, sports. So here's some of my stuff. I mean, it's not laid out lovely as you'd expect. It's day 7, by the way. Today I'm walking towards Nerang campsite over Mount Cook. I'm going to take the bus from Perth tomorrow, so I have the option to walk onto the next campsite and have a very short day to the bus stop, or have a longer day. So I'm just going to see how it goes. But this is Mount Cook group campsite. There is another one about 500 meters away that there's a couple staying at, but I stayed at this one because it's nice to have a night on my own, although I got a bit spooked here. There's lots of wallabies and kangaroos jumping around, and I was a bit jumpy last night. I'll explain why in a post actually, but that's my my gear that I wear drying out. These Salomons, they're actually quite cheap Salomons, but they haven't ripped here. This bit always rips, but because there's a stronger bit here, on other Salomons I've had, it's been like this mesh all the way, and it always rips. Maybe it's no. I've done lots of hiking there, so they're just awesome. So really pleased with them. Anyway, that's my kind of gear drying out. No blisters yet. Bridgedale socks. Probably a bit too warm. Kmart tent. Kmart's a big, cheap superstore. This is $12. So we're talking about the price of a pint in Perth. It's been awesome. I mean, it wouldn't be great in heavy rain or anything like that, but it's single skin, and it's actually quite spacious, and yeah, it's kept me warm. So my sleeping bag and some other bits, my sarong, that's now my towel. I don't bring my towel anymore. Bag, you can see what they call me bags. I have bags for everything. There's in case I get bitten by something. And this is just my cook gear set up. Deodorant. Really great jacket that I got in Asia, in Uniqlo. the Japanese store. Thermarest, sorry, Cedar Summit, ultralight matte, which is proving very comfortable, quite narrow. Kestrel Osprey with its own, with a Cedar Summit liner that's actually not that strong. And just some other stuff. There's my food, still got quite a bit left actually. Yeah, okay, so today I'm going to be walking either 15k's or about 28. So it's getting on now. I should really have got going earlier, but it doesn't really matter. And I kind of plan to leave a bit later, so okay, so signing off from Mount Cook Group campsite, day 7. Adios. Hello. So just coming down off the top of Mount Cook. This is the Australian one. If this was the New Zealand one, I'd be surrounded by snow now. Yeah, it's definitely changing the weather, that's good. Well, it's cooling down anyway. I think it's going to rain in a couple of days, but that was quite a climb up. It's the elevation gain and loss isn't great on the bib, but you get so used to flat and then suddenly you get a hill. It's quite full on. Anyway, I'm going to get going. Got a big day today, 30k. Adios. Hello. So you can see the burning there. It's actually controlled burning. So basically the track's been rerouted. So I'm officially on the Bibbulmun track at the moment. The reroute, the other one goes through that forest, and the upshot is that the campsite I was going to stay tonight, it's closed. I can't get to it. So I'm kind of like a bit stuffed because there's nothing. I'm in the middle of nowhere basically, but luckily the Albany Highway is just a few k's along here, and there is a bus that's going past at 4:30 back to Perth. The bus that I might have caught tomorrow, although I was probably going to go for the 1:30. Yeah, so I'm going to give the Trans WA a call in a minute, see if I can book onto it. And it's not a scheduled stop. I mean, I'm just like in the middle of the highway, and the kind of nearest scheduled stop is 15 kilometers away, so I can't really get to that. But this is really sucky. I mean, you know, I'm not worried about the bush, you know, it's just smoke. But the crazy thing is that obviously on the website it will say it's been rerouted and everything, but like no one I've spoken to or met, people walking both directions have mentioned this reroute. And there's a girl ahead of me, she was going to stay at this campsite tonight as well, so I don't know. There's a couple behind me and they're going to go to this campsite that's closed tomorrow, and like no one's mentioned it all throughout and I've always told people where I'm going, like North Bannister. The flies are crazy today. It's the first day the flies have been crazy, just when you don't need them. So it's just a bit strange, so a bit of a kind of anticlimax really. I was looking forward to my last night in camp tonight, and then cruising up to North Bannister to take the bus back to Perth, but it looks like I'm, you know, at the very best I'll get there tonight. I guess I could always hitch. I mean, it's a busy highway, luckily, just single carriage way, so shouldn't be too bad if I have to hitch. But yeah, this is I just can't believe no one's mentioned this. And like I said, people going my way southbound are kind of oblivious to it as well. I mean, so it's odd. Anyway, that is all from this part of the Bib track, which is kind come to a bit of an anticlimax, but there we go. It's been really good fun though, so all good. So from the smoky forest, adios. Hi. Okay, welcome back to the Bib track. So I'm walking all the way, the highway's up there. So I'm walking back to where I was when I last spoke to my phone, made this video. So what's happened is there isn't a bus today at 4:30. So I got to the highway and managed to get phone reception, and then I called the bus company, and they confirmed there's no bus today. There's a bus tomorrow at 4, but not today. But there is a bus tomorrow at 1:30, so I'm gonna walk back along here again and then hitch the 10k up the road to the bus stop. So this time tomorrow I'll be back in Perth, and it's been crazy. I tried to hitch back up there actually, and it's a really bad point. It's like on the top of a hill, and you know, you've got cars kind of like there's an overtaken lane nearby, and so anyway, it's no drama. Had there been like some kind of camping spot or somewhere I could have collected water there, I would have just camped there tonight, but actually the highway's really noisy, so I probably wouldn't have done. So I'm just going back to the Naran campsite where I had my lunch, and there's a couple of people there that I know who were camping near me yesterday, who are, well, they're alright. But I'll find a camp spot. But you can see the forest burn. Yeah, God, that's quite a lot of behind me. So, but it's controlled, and you know, it's no dramas. So I would, if it was January and I was walking along here, I'd be quite nervous, but it's quite cool now, and there's no wind, so. Okay, so tomorrow I'll be back in Perth, and finally the end of my 8 days. Okay, bye. G'day sports. Okay, day 7, and I've just left camp, Naran campsite, which I had to walk back to last night. I'm booked on the 1:30 bus, so I could actually, in theory, I could walk along the highway the 16 kilometers and still make it, but I'm gonna hitch. I've made a sign saying North Bannister. So I mean, I know with experience that people are much more likely to pick you up if you have a sign showing a destination, especially out here in the middle of nowhere. So they might wonder why I'm going to North Bannister, because there's nothing there apart from a closed down roadhouse and a bus stop. But anyway, worst comes to worst, I can try and hitch a half an hour, then I'd probably have to start walking just in case, because I don't want to miss that bus. I've just given away some food to the Aussie couple that was stayed at the same campsite. So it rained a lot last night. I had my tent outside the shelter initially, but you know, it's a $12 tent and it isn't gonna be able to withstand much rain. So anyway, so I slept pretty well, and yeah, they're a nice couple who I met there. Kind of interesting characters, which I'll kind of blog about, no doubt. But anyway, so I might report back when I get onto the bus. Hopefully somebody will pick me up. Got my nice rain cover on my pack, and luckily it's been raining on and off all morning, and since I just left now it's stopped. there was also a shortcut to get back to this road, and so I did that last night and got really close to the camp, but it was just I couldn't, there was too much forest to go through, so I had to do like a 2-kilometre detour, which sucked really when you last night, because I'd done a lot of Ks. But today I was determined that, so the toilet, the dunny at the campsite was halfway from the camp to the road, so I just bashed through the bush for about 50 metres and I was on the road, so that's probably saved me 20 minutes, so it's all good in the hood. So yeah, I'll catch up later from, well, I've never had this much growth. Okay, adios. Hello, guten Morgen. Good morning to you. Okay, so day 8 of my day 7. Yeah, so I made it back to camp fine last night. I had to go walk back on myself. I tried to get back. I saw a road that got really close. Like, when I mean road, I mean like this kind of track. So I took that instead of the prescribed route and got really close to the camp. I could see on my GPS, but the forest just looked too thick to get through. So, oh, the sun's out. So I had an extra K&a-half, which is a little annoying. So the Aussie couple that I've seen the last few nights there at camp, when I got there, and again they hadn't realised about all this bush. That there's been a controlled burn. Just no one seemed to know about it. I can't believe that you know, I'm the only fool who didn't check the website. So anyway, I've got about 3 k's to the highway. My bus is at 1:30 and it's about 9 now, so I figured if I can't pick a hitch up by 10, then that still leaves me 3 hours to walk 15k, which I walk quite quickly anyway, and you know, it's alongside a highway, so you know, I should be able to get there in time. If I do get picked up early and get dropped off, I'm going to have a few hours to wait around North Bannister, and there's nothing there now apart from a bus stop and a roadhouse that's been closed down. So, but maybe within there there's somewhere I can sit, kind of a porch or area or something. So, and then at 4 p.m. I'll be in Perth YHA again, and I desperately need a shower. I've been washing myself in the water tanks in the morning, but my clothes are just grimy, like I'm wearing now. It's just yeah, 7 days is quite a lot. So the most I've done, I think, is 5 in New Zealand, where I've, you know, not had, well, been completely self-sufficient, so, and not, you know, not have access to showers and electricity and all that. So yeah, it's all worked out pretty well in the end. I mean, yesterday was a bit of a nightmare day. I also got a little lost coming off Mount Cook. My GPS kind of helped me out. I was never that far from the track, but it's surprising when you're in a forest. You think you're going in one direction straight, and you know, you've got a point where you're heading to, and actually in reality you're kind of going the opposite direction. It's you know, without GPS, it's very, I totally get how people end up lost in a forest, even really close to where they need to be. So the Aussie couple, they also got lost. I think they were one was ahead of the other, and they both. So when you come off Mount Cook, you need to kind of be more on the left side than the right, and most people seem to go on the right, because in the logbook in the shelter, loads of other people had written that they'd got lost on Mount Cook. So anyway, it's all good. All's well that ends well. So it's been raining hard overnight. I was going to camp out, but I dragged my $12 tent into the shelter because a $12 tent ain't gonna be much use in heavy rain. I think if it showered and light rain it would be fine, but I slept pretty well last night. So anyway, so quite close now to the highway, and should have cell reception soon, so gonna check to see if the world's still going. Okay people, see you later. G'day, back on the bib. Another nice little viewpoint, and there's a very bright blue, probably not going to come out well because it's quite overcast, but very bright blue lake over there. It's man-made, so negotiating these rocky bits. So yeah, it's day 9 now, so day 10. So I had a break in Perth, ended up being there a few days longer than I'd expected. Got dropped off yesterday at North Bannister again, and then stayed the night at White Hills, or could be White Horse Camp, and there were 4 others there. It was really cold last night, so my tent wouldn't fit in shelter. It's a really small shelter, so I camped just on the edges of it, and yeah, it's okay, but it got very cold last night, and it's really the first day I've started hiking in something more than a t-shirt. So but I can tell it's going to warm up today anyway, so it's October. Yeah, so today I've got quite a long day. Shouldn't really be talking to a camera and negotiating rocks, but yeah, I've got quite a long day today. I'm going to double hut, so I'm going to stop at one hut for my lunch, and then I'll sleep in the next one. So, and then actually tomorrow I'll be in Dwellingup, so which is the first kind of town, well, village that you hit on the bib coming south from Kalamunda. Yeah, so I'm not sure whether I'm going to stay there or not yet. Ooh, look at that water. Agua! Wow, look at this. How cool, eh? I didn't expect there to be, there's a big climb today, but I didn't expect there to be one. To follow the cairns. It's a good way to start. Okay people, it's windy now, you probably won't hear me, so I'll maybe catch you up again soon. Okay, adios. Hello. Okay, just coming into Dwellingup. So this would be your first, guessing it's over here. This would be your first, not sure where I'm going here. First town, if you left Kalamunda and didn't have a break like I did. This would be your first town 11 days later, so yeah, so I don't know, gonna go to the information centre, but it's quite a crazy afternoon actually. A bit lost here, the police are there. So I followed this railway track all afternoon, and it was like uphill all the way. It wasn't at all steep, but God, it was tiring. Honestly, it's very tiring. So here I'm gonna stay. The caravan park is, I think it's just really expensive, and I'm not going to pay the same amount as with a tiny tent as I would, you know, as you would with a big RV or something. That ain't gonna happen. So we'll see. I don't know what the options are really, but anyway. Okay, adios. Hello. Ooh. You probably can't appreciate how steep this bit was. My God, it's crazy. I've just checked my GPS and realised that actually the track's over there. So, but luckily I don't have to go back because it joins up again here. I think this is a shorter route, but it's obviously yeah, you can't. I'm just looking at the camera as well, the phone. You can't really. That was really steep. It's like Tiara in New Zealand where there's no switchbacks or anything, they're just straight up and down. Okay, day 11 I think, or maybe 12. Yeah, I left Dwellingup. Just a short day today, 15 kilometers. Had a massive burger and chips at the cafe. Stayed at the caravan park last night, very nice. Had a glass of wine and slept pretty well. I'm definitely getting used to the sleeping mat now. Still woke up a bit, but that was probably the wine. It's a tendency to do that. Yeah, so I'm on my way to Collie now. I've got 5 days worth of food, and no more than that. I've been quite strict. I've definitely got enough. I mean, like tonight, I mean, there's no way. A huge banana and a massive lunch. You know, there's no way I'm gonna be that hungry tonight. So I've just got one packet of small packet noodles. I'm still going up. Yeah, so 5 nights camping, and then I'll be in Collie, and I'm going to book into a hotel there because I'll need it. Okay, that's really all from today. Not too much to report on. Yeah, it's all good. Everything seems to be good. Pack's feeling better today. I had a bit of a issue on my hip, top of my hip, where the I can't even think of the word. The bits that wrap around your hips from your backpack been rubbing away, and it's quite red, but it seems to be better now. I pulled my short. I think my shorts were adding to the problem, so I pulled them down a bit. So my arse is hanging out a bit at the moment, but it's alright. There's no one around me. I haven't seen anyone since I left. I mean, if no one's at the campsite tonight, there is the possibility. I mean, this is not taking into account people walking north, but it's a good chance there'll be no one else coming south. So I do have the prospect of being camping alone for 5 nights, which even for somebody like me, that's too much. So I'm hoping there'll be some people. But if there isn't, then so be it. You know. Whoa, this is about to get a whole lot steep again. That'll teach me for following my GPS and not the bib track signs. Look at that. Woo. Okay, that's all today. I'm getting bitten. Adios. Good day. Oh, God, I look rough. It was so cold last night. I just can't tell you how cold it was. Definitely have to get some kind of something sorted out in my sleeping bag. And so I had the tent up in the shelter. Can you see through there? Probably can't. Yeah, I had the tent up in the shelter, and had pretty much every item of clothing on I had, and I even had the I have like a pack liner for my backpack to keep stuff dry. I even had that up to my waist, but that just, it's not breathable, so it just sweated. But God, it was really cold, and I'm still cold now. I just thought I'd show you the part of the morning experience, one that I don't particularly look forward to, is the dunny, aka the toilet. So they're pretty good on the bib, I must say. The ones in New Zealand, the long drop toilets, really do smell, but these fellas, I've not had a smelly one yet, but I did just read on the door that it was last emptied 3 years ago. Okay, so this is kind of what you get, and if you can see in there, it's not a kind of place you want to hang out for too long. Number one rule, always check under the toilet seat for spiders. More thinking, less thinking. And there's always toilet rolls, which is really cool. I've become a bit blasé about the wildlife and checking stuff here, and so there's another girl walking all the way, doing the whole thing, and she was here last night, just two of us, and I told her that I don't even bother checking my shoes now in the morning. She said, oh, she told me off for that, because you know they're warm, and that's where spiders and God knows what they're going to go. But yeah, so I'm going to do that in future. It's just a bit silly, but anyway, I'm going to go to the toilet in a moment. You didn't need to know that. I've got only about 20 kilometers today. It's quite an up and down day actually. So I've got the Maps.me app, and I've downloaded the coordinates for the GPS coordinates for the bib. So so I can, it gives you, it's really cool, it gives you a profile of the walk, and it's up and down. I think we have to go over the Three Sisters or something today, but it shouldn't be too bad. And then tomorrow I'm double hutting, because I'm already committed to a bus in Collie on Wednesday. So I'm going to have 2 days in Bunbury, which is very near to Collie. Just, well, 1 day, 2 nights, just to kind of get some more, I probably need to sort the sleeping bag situation out, and just to do laundry and stuff like that. I mean, I could have done it in Collie, but it would have been a mad rush, and the accommodation's quite expensive there, so I'm staying in the YHA in Bunbury, and just like in the dorm room, so that's good. So I managed to book that last night online. So the cell coverage now is really poor. I don't know, we're kind of halfway between towns, you know, a good 60k between towns, and there was a spot right at the top of the hill up there that you got coverage. So I actually, and the girl here last night, we both at some point went back up the hill to get coverage, and I was stood there on the track, just like this kind of track, kangaroos like blasting past me and stuff, and I had balancing my credit card and my phone, you know, trying to book this bus and these 2 nights, because I don't want to get to Collie and then, you know, things get booked out here, and it's still school holidays, so it's just a bit surreal, you know, like stood in the middle, literally in the middle of nowhere, you know, modern technology, eh? Okay, that's all today, so that's where I'm going next, and I'm not looking forward to it. Nah, it's alright. Okay, people, see you again soon. G'day. Okay, so this is the new alignment from Dukanini, Possum Springs Camp, and I got lost back there. I had to go back about a little way, but the whole realignment is due to this, the new Murray Bridge. So my GPS totally didn't work because I have the old coordinates. Cool, this is really new. So yeah, I mean, I kind of quickly realised that this is way different coordinates and taking me along a completely different way. but yeah, I was just a bit confused. And the big thing is the Wagyu, the yellow markers, they're very sporadic. Oh, bouncing up and down. Yeah, so I think for future walkers, just be careful. This realignment. I mean, I had a map with me showing the realignment, so, but still, you know, it's a bit disconcerting when you don't see, you know, the little yellow markers, but they are out there, they're just further apart. But this is the Murray River. So the previous bridge, I think it got knocked down in a storm or something, and like last season people would have had to have had a massive detour, or they would have waded through. So I know Wired, of Walking with Wired fame, she actually waded through, but I don't know, I mean I don't know if it's high or low now, and the wading bit would have been way up there, so yeah, anyway, it's good. It's just like I was a bit confused at the beginning. I was never really lost, but yeah, I mean, it's yeah, just be careful in the future. Okay, people, I'm going to take a photo now, so adios, see you later. Oh, God, this is definitely the worst day. And I've had this noise, this mining thing, it's doing my head in. Okay, that's all. G'day, sports. Okay, it's day, I think it's 13, from Kalamunda, on the outskirts of Perth, to Collie, which is now just 1 day's walk away. Well, 2 days. 2 days if you include today. And today is quite a long day. I'm double hutting, which means I'll be bypassing one hut. I'll probably have my lunch there. I can't remember the name of the bypass hut, but I'm going as far as Harris hut, I think it's called. And then tomorrow it's 20 k's into Collie, and my bus to Bunbury is at 5:30 in the afternoon, so I can have a cruisy day tomorrow. Have a little look around Collie, where I have been before, and then kind of start making a plan for the rest of my time here in beautiful sunny WA. So actually, it actually rains. So it's really early today. I got up really early. So there was a guy in the hut. I keep calling them shelters because they're three-sided. So really they're a shelter, but there was a guy in the hut, and Sophie, who's been in the hut the last few nights as well. So just three of us, and decent night, not so cold. Managed to sleep a bit better. I'm finding that the Sea to Summit ultralight mattress, it's better not to blow it right up to the very full, because I don't know, it's not so comfortable. It's better to leave it a little bit left. So little tip for anyone who are trying to get used to the Sea to Summit ultralight mattress. Yeah, so the guy, he's going northbound. He got up like super early, like the sun comes up around 5:30, 5:20. So I was up by 6, and had a big mug of coffee and a little snack, and the guy had already gone, and said goodbye to Sophie, and maybe I'll see her later down the track. And yeah, so I'm about an hour in now, so probably about 15k more to my lunch stop, and all's good. Yeah, so it rains when I left the hut. Not like proper rain, just kind of steady drizzle, but yeah, it's nearly going to put my pack cover on. I've got the pack cover, but I also use a pack liner. And if the weather forecast looks slightly, potentially wet, on a certain day, then I'll put all my stuff in the pack liner. I mean, I should just do it every day because it's no hassle, but there is a hole in it. It was another Seed Summit purchase, but it's not lasted very well actually. It's yeah, I don't know, it's quite flimsy, but anyway, it would do the job if I got really wet. So, and I do carry an umbrella, a super lightweight umbrella, and yeah, I've not really had to use it, but I'm quite a big fan. I think particularly if you're walking in the summer when it's really hot, it's a great thing, you know, to shield from the sun. So it has a double purpose, and I'd really like to get myself a proper trekking one, a silver one. I've just got one from Kathmandu, but it's super lightweight, doesn't weigh much, so you know, why the hell not? Yeah, so but anyway, as you can see, the sun is well and truly out now, and I'm going to have to stop again soon and put sunscreen on. It's still quite cool, but I'm already down to my t-shirt, my merino t-shirt, but I don't trek in this because it's quite thick merino, so I'll change to my kind of polyester shirt that I normally walk in. So yeah, that's all today. So I'll do another video tomorrow, and that will conclude the first section. And so when I came here before, I did Collie to Balingup section already. So if I wanted to do a sectional through hike, or end to end as they call it here, then in theory I could skip that section and go down to Balingup and continue south, and then actually Denmark would be the town, not the country, would be my finish point, because I've done Denmark to Albany, which is the official finish. But to be honest, if I was even going to section hike, I'd probably just do that last bit because it's really nice. Whereas the Collie to Balingup, I didn't. That's a little yellow sign. I didn't really find that much fun, and it's the same as Jarrah forest that we're in. And you know, after a couple of weeks you kind of get sick of it. I mean, I'm more of a desert kind of mountain, you know, open plains walk than I am a forest, although I do really like the forest, but it's kind of day after day. I don't know, I'll probably never do the Appalachian Trail, put it that way. Anyway, people, I've been gabbling on way too long now. It's 6 minutes, so that's where we're at today. Okay, adios. Good day. Good morning. This is so cool. So on the track, pretty much all these big logs that are falling across the track, somebody comes out and makes a hole to walk through. It's really cool. Some of the newer ones you just walk around, obviously. Walk over, step over, make sure there's no snakes on the other side. Unlikely, a bit closer. Unlikely, really, this far north. The snakes would tend to be further south. So today, my last day of this stretch, the Kalamunda to Collie, which is about 300 kilometers, I think. So yeah, spent the night at Harris campsite. There was two older guys there, nice guys. I think one was in his 80s. Amazing at the age range you get. You know, you get kids, and then you get someone who's 82 or something. So I decided to camp away from the shelter. It was going to be cold, but I don't know, I just wanted a night where I could guarantee no noise. So, and I slept pretty well. It was cold, but I had my down jacket on in bed. But yeah, it was alright. I mean, I was warm enough. So yeah, just 20 k's today into Collie, and then I have a bus tonight, 5 p.m, so I can hang out in Collie for a few hours, have a nice coffee, something better to eat than what I've been eating the last few days. And yeah, I'm not really sure where the journey goes from here, whether if I was going to do the end-to-end through hike, I'd obviously come back to Collie, restart. I have done the bits from Collie south, albeit it's only 4 days, but or I can, so I'm staying in Bunbury, which is the main transport terminal hub, so from there I can jump anywhere south to get to the track further south. That's weird, odd. Yeah, so we'll see. I'll probably decide. I've got 2 days in Bunbury, so just to do my laundry and repair stuff and repair my body. Let my body repair, I should say. And then I'll go from there. So yeah, so I'm not sure where you'll see me next. I'm not even sure where you'll see me next, so but I'm definitely gonna be doing a bit more of the bib anyway. I'm kind of tempted to do the whole lot, but I don't know. I think if I was gonna do the whole lot, I don't know, I think that might be for another time, really, like proper through hike. We'll see. Anyway, I'm going to let you go now. I'm downhill. Maybe I'll do one more bit when I go into Collie. Alright people, adios.